Yo, why is the screen? Why is the screen moving? My bad. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Prime Time, aka Flows. Well, bringing you another Dallas Cowboys wrap up. And man, oh man, oh man, from someone who is from North Carolina, currently resides in North Carolina, let me just say, I am so happy about this victory because guess what? I would have been probably upset to go to work tomorrow knowing that the Panthers beat the Cowboys because I would have had to hear from everybody that I work with. But then Cowboys, how about them? Oh my goodness. The Cowboys, why is my screen doing that? Quit doing all that jumping. My Cowboys went ahead, man. This game was really over after the third quarter. Let's keep it a spade a spade. This game was over with in the third quarter when the Cowboys won a 20-0 quarter of scoring. Dak put up 3 touchdowns. And y'all know that how I like to give them cowboy rewards. The trophy, if you will. I mean, I know it's not a real trophy, but hey, it is what it is. I would say I should give it to Dak, but I gotta give it to Zeke. Zeke lost some weight and he is hungry. He is hungry. That man had 143 yards and a touchdown, which is always nice. That 14-22, 188, 4 touchdowns. I mean, it was a very efficient game from Dak, if you will. So I'm not even gonna hate. I'm not. There's nothing to hate on. Like I mean, yeah, he didn't throw a million times, but I mean, he was efficient, and that's all you really can ask for from your quarterback to try to win a game. But Zeke, Tony Pollard, and Dak also had some very, very, very big key runs against the number one going into this game. The Panthers, if you didn't know, had the number one rated running defense. They only allowed 45 yards per game. Now, granted, it's only been, I guess in this case, a 4 game sample, but they were looking real good on defense. I mean, I think they were number one in just about every category. Um, but the Cowboys said, "Hey, our bread and butter is running the ball," and they ran for 245 yards. So, I mean, it was a very impressive game on the ground for the Cowboys. As far as receiving goes, Amari had 69 on 3. Dalton Schultz, which we're gonna talk about him in a minute, had 58 on 6. Blake Jarwin 18 for 1. Cedric Wilson 30 for 2. CD Lamb with a very un-CD Lamb performance with 13 yards on 2 catches. Zeke, I was only targeted 1 time. But the Cowboys defense, man. Cowboys defense. How about them Cowboys award? It's gotta go to nobody than Trayvon Diggs. Oh my God. His 2 picks. The first one, you could tell Sam Darnold didn't see him. I'm gonna talk about the Panthers in a minute. Don't get it twisted. I don't want you to think just because it's the Cowboy podcast, I'm not gonna just not talk about the Panthers. Um, he had one pick where it's kind of like, how did you not see him? But I understand why you didn't see him. And then he just had one where he was just like, yo, I'm gonna take this ball from you. It was a great. I mean, he didn't play. I don't think he played in the entire fourth quarter, which was weird. I'm not sure why we didn't send him back out. But throughout the game, there was a update on him saying that they just let him get a rest. I didn't know they was gonna give him a whole quarter rest. I thought they were gonna give him like a couple drives off, but they were like, "Nah, we good. Don't even worry about it." Which I mean, hey, if you win the game, you can't be mad about it. Michael Parsons, real strong candidate for defensive rookie of the year. I don't know if there's anybody else doing anything better than Michael Parsons. I'm not gonna pretend like I watched everybody, but Michael Parsons, he been the truth. He's been the truth since he came in his first game. Even when he had to switch positions per se and play more of a lineman than an outside linebacker, he has still put up ridiculous efforts, if you will. Um, and the thing is, he's putting up such a good performance that we're not even paying attention to Osa. Oh God, I'm gonna butcher his last name, Odighizuwa. I'm probably saying that wrong. If you know how to pronounce it correctly, throw it in the comment section. But he's also having a miraculously good season as well. Both of them have 1.5 sacks, I believe, going into the next game. Like I said, they are not team leading, of course. But as far as rookies go, that's pretty impressive. So yeah, I got to give it up for the Dallas defense. They did their thing. Um, like I said, this game was realistically over with after the third quarter. Yeah, I see Carolina scored 14 points in the fourth, but if you watch the game, it was one of the things you're like, okay, this is really over. There was nothing to really talk about. Um, so yeah, as far as the offense and the defense go, I gotta give them both an A+. They did what they were supposed to do. The defense was very locked down. You know, it was kind of in the first half, but in the second half, they was like, okay, let me go ahead, let's do our thing. Offensively, we was just doing our thing. Like I said, in that third quarter, we just blew them off the water. But I do want to talk Sam Darnold. Man, Sam Darnold looked like Tim Tebow at one point in the first half because he just kept running the ball and scoring. It was ridiculous. Like I mean, he wasn't like breaking tackles like college Tim Tebow, but he looked great and he got 2 tutties. He's actually the leading rusher in touchdowns this year, which is very impressive for a Carolina team that coming in with Sam Darnold, you didn't really expect them to be good, but they were 3-0 coming into this game, but they hadn't really played quote unquote anybody. Um, and I'm like I said, even as a Cowboy fan, I'm not getting all hype over this win. Like we played like we were supposed to. Because I look at that Tampa Bay game where we gave the reigning defending champions a run for their money. The Cowboys played above the competition because they played like every team is Tampa Bay. And if they do that every game, this team is very good to make a deep playoff run, especially in the NFC. I'm looking forward to seeing what they're going to do going forward, of course. But I mean, this is just one way. I think next week we have the Giants, so we'll see how that goes. You know how the division games go. You can look great playing against anybody until you play your division, and those are the games that you lose, and those are the games that I hope the Cowboys do not lose. I'm not knocking on wood right now that the Cowboys, do their thing and do not lose in the division. But Sam Darnold, baller. I mean, this just goes to show you really how bad the Jets really are. I'm not saying. I mean, the granted, I think yes, today they got their first win, but the Jets didn't put nothing around Sam Darnold, and Sam Darnold is out here making the Carolina Panthers a not a contender, not a pretender, but they're making them a comparable team. You know what I mean? Like where you gotta take them serious. And I'm not just saying it because they're an NFL team, but because you gotta respect them. The fact that they're not playing to lose. They're not playing for draft picks. They're actually playing to win every game. As far as the record, I'm not even, like I said, I'm not gonna pull up the stats right now for the record to see who's doing what in their division. But I'm sure they're at least a top 2 team because I'm pretty sure Tampa Bay might have the same record depending on how this game goes tonight. So they'll also be very comparable in the division because, like I said, do I think they're gonna win it? Absolutely not. I mean, it's Tampa Bay to lose. But Sam Darnold, very impressed. I mean, I've never watched a Jets game, so I didn't get to look at Sam Darnold. But looking at Sam Darnold in this game, very, very impressive. DJ Moore, very, very impressive. Um, like I said, he had 8 catches for a buck 13, 2 tutties. That's always looks good on your resume. Um, Everyone throughout the game when I was listening to the commentary was talking about Robbie Anderson, how he got paid. But I mean, you gotta go with the hot hand, man. If DJ Moore's out here and he's got a good connection with the quarterback with Sam Darnold, that's who he's gonna get the ball to. Nothing against Robbie Anderson. I mean, that he got paid. I hope he does his thing and gets, he lives up to his quote unquote contract. And I say live up to quote unquote. But at the same time, you gotta have a feel. Like we can talk about how Dak has this thing with Amari Cooper. Now, it doesn't mean that, Amari Cooper's his best wide receiver because me personally, I feel like it's going to be it's CD Lamb. I could almost say, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to say that. But anyway, I'm not even going to say what I was about to say. But let's just say CD Lamb is his future, but Amari Cooper is his present. And that's what makes them so good because that's who he has a feel with. And I love the fact that Dak has that type of connection with his wide receiver core. Can't wait. Like I said, we're missing a very key wide receiver. I call him the long thread, if you will. Um, but I'm sure he'll be back very soon. I can't remember what his injury status is. Um, but yeah. Anyway, back to the Panthers, man. Really good team, really good coach team. They played great. Shaq Thompson had a hit that was just like, oh my goodness. But like I said, the team in itself, very good team, very consistent. Uh, Not like the Cam Newton led team, more on the Jake Del Home type of team, if you will. Um, but like I said, they look good where they're going to play good defense and they're going to give you solid offense. Like I said, Carolina playing against anybody else, 28 points probably would have won the game for them. Um, like I said, but the Cowboys offense has an offense that honestly they should be averaging about 40 points a game. I'm gonna keep it real with even with players not being healthy, which means this the way the defense playing though, it's gonna be interesting when everybody comes back. Randy Gregory, yeah, he bowed it. Jalen Smith, I don't know what happened to. Well, never mind. I'm sorry, Leighton Van Der. I don't know what happened to you, but you almost had the most tackles on the team. So yeah, Leighton Van Der Esch, and like I said, that linebacking core when we get everybody is back, if you will, they're going to be very impressive. I'm looking forward to seeing what the Cowboys are going to turn into. I'm not calling them Super Bowl champions. I don't want to be one of those Cowboy fans that be like, "Oh, we're going to the Super Bowl." But this team is good enough to make a deep playoff run in the NFC. Um, Honestly, how many better teams is there in the NFC than them? I mean, we could say Tampa Bay, but they got to run for the money from us. We could say the Rams, but until we see what the Rams gonna turn into, because Stafford is Stafford. He puts up ball in numbers, but now he's got a team that he can put up ball in numbers with. But does that mean they're gonna result in wins? It didn't in Detroit, but Detroit sucks ass. It is what it is. But I'm looking forward to seeing what'll happen. As far as Dallas, in Seattle, we can't sleep on Seattle. Can't really sleep on San Francisco if they make some changes. We're not going to talk about those changes just yet, but if they make some changes, San Francisco could be a very, very key component in this. But I feel like Dallas should at least be in this case, the third best team in the NFC. I don't really see how you can say they're not the third best. If you have teams that you believe are better, leave it in the comment section. I have no problem responding to comments, and I'll even make a little follow up video to this if you want. But yeah, that was the Cowboys game recap. Like I said, they looked good. They did what they were supposed to do. It was a very entertaining game. Don't let the score fool you. This game wasn't really that close. After that third quarter, it was pretty much a blowout. And the Cowboys do, which typical Cowboys, they play when they get a big lead, they play a very relaxed type of defense. It's the one thing I don't like about the Cowboys, and has been kind of synonymous with them over the past couple of years, is that when they do get a lead or a big lead, they get comfortable. And I wish they had that same aggression, but I mean this defense is a little bit different. I mean, don't look at those 14 points in the fourth quarter, because there was a couple plays where Dallas could have had an interception on. So, like I said, it was a fourth quarter game, was pretty much out of the way. But before I forget this, I do want to talk about one person. Dalton Schultz. Dalton Schultz. I mean, I see the 6 for 58 on 8 targets. But boy, oh boy, oh boy. Dalton Schultz. This is one of those games where he might feel like he had a good game or he feels comfortable. But Dalton Schultz could have easily been the thing that turned this whole game around. He had a big fumble that we got lucky and didn't get called for, because apparently it was forward progression. But Dalton Schultz, boy, I'm not sure if Dalton, like when I look at Dalton Schultz, I'm like, yo, he should be the blocking tight end and Blake Jarwin should be the catching tight end. Like if you did the old Patriots thing with two tight ends, and I'm not going to mention the other tight end in that situation. But when they had a good two tight end setup, and if you know what team I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. Because both of those guys were catchers. But Dalton, yeah, he can catch the ball, but he can't take a hit. Blake Jarwin, on the other hand, he's good. I feel like even though he got hurt last year, he's still trying to get back in that groove, which is why Dalton Schultz probably gets a lot more snaps. But I also feel like Dalton Schultz gets more snaps because I think he's a better blocker than Blake Jarwin. Um, Hopefully Blake will turn that corner. I'm hoping that he will eventually go back to the form he had last year. Sorry, I'm gonna take a sip for a second, guys. But I hope that Blake will eventually turn that corner that he was looking like he had the past couple of years, where it was like, oh, he's a successor to Jason Witten. Him and Dak are going to be a good uh, QB tight end combo. I mean, like I said, he had one catch for 18 yards, and that one catch, tutty. You know what I mean? So I'm hoping they can get that connection back together, but I also hope that Blake Jarwin, gets better. Maybe he's having lingering effects from his injury from last season, but at the end of the day, that's like I said, it's just a personal thing. Maybe Dalton Schultz is the guy because the Dalton Schultz did have a breakout season last year when Blake went out, but we also didn't have Dak. See what I'm saying? So it kind of goes hand in hand if you think about it. But yeah, that was my review of the Cowboys game. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like in the likes. If you want to leave a comment, that'd be great. If you feel like subscribing, do that. And if you don't, hey, thank you for just watching the video. I appreciate it very, very much. I try to do these every week. I didn't get to do it the last couple weeks. I've been busy. A lot of things been going on. If you watch my other videos, then you know that what's been going on in my life. But yeah, I will try to get back to doing this on a weekly basis as far as the Cowboys go. I do plan on doing a Tampa Bay versus the Patriots game tonight. If you did watch this video, because it's Tom's return to New England, and how much of an interesting thing can that be? Will the emotions get Tom Brady and he lose? Honestly, I got Tampa Bay winning. I feel like Tom is going to put on a clinic just to remind Bill Belichick what he lost. I could be wrong. That's my prediction now. I'll call it now. Tampa Bay 35-21 against the Patriots. If I'm wrong, of course I'll make a video and I'll give my reaction to that. Like I said, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching it. Hope you guys have a great day though. Enjoy your Super Bowl. Blech. Enjoy your football Sunday. Peace.